الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا حبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is a very serious story that has unfolded in front of our eyes, especially in Canada. The killing of a teenage girl in Toronto by her father. Today we want to discuss why is this incident linked to Islam and why is the whole media pouncing on Islam as though Islam is the killer. I just want to state before I continue that in the 50s and 60s in America, whenever the African American had done anything, they were always called in terms of the Negro has done so and so. And whenever the whites would perpetrate an act of aggression, mostly they were the one doing it, they were called that the Negroes were killed by some unidentified personalities. So this is the media biases that have come through from the North American Indians to the African Americans to the Russians, the communists, and now the boogeyman is Islam. So this media glitch, I call it, that number one, we want to state emphatically that what is taking place is a wrong action. Whether be it right or wrong in terms of somebody else's theoretical perspective, from an Islamic standpoint of view, to kill an innocent girl for no reason at all, it is absolutely wrong. Islam condemns it, Muslims condemn it. But what is taking place now here is an attack on Islam itself. Number one, the media already has concluded. The media is the judge, the jury, and the executioner, all in one. And they have decided from the very get-go that the one that needs to be killed is Islam and Muslims. And they have decided that, the majority of them anyway. The media has spread this across the world, the hijab problem. It's become a hijab. Hijab has now become a problem of the media. And of all of these killings that are taking place, the hijab has become the problem. While the police, the investigation is really in its infancy. This is what the police is quoting. That they're saying that, hold on, even the police would like to jump to a conclusion because they're the first ones who would like to solve the problem. But they're saying, look, it's in its infancy. So the investigation is not really taken off. It's not even in the meat of the investigation. It's just in its infancy. So let us do the investigation first and foremost. The media, the highlights in the media: Muslim teen's dad charged in her death. Friends say she shot at the hijab. Second headline: dad charged after daughter killed in clash over hijab. Dad charged strict Muslim family over whether or not to wear the hijab. Now, the funny thing here is, this is from Vancouver Sun to National Post, which is very biased and extremely tainted against the Muslims. If Islam condoned this act, and if Islam said, well, you know, this is an act that needs to be done, why are hundreds and thousands of Muslim women who do not wear the hijab itself are walking on the street? This is what I want to know. If Islam really said, okay, go ahead and do it, first and foremost, you have to go to the primary source. What does the primary source say? La ikraha fid din. This is in the Quran. In chapter 2, verse 256, it says, La ikraha fid din, that there is no compulsion in religion. How can you, if you cannot compel in religion, or compel in any religious act, how can you compel in any other things that are secondary to it? If you cannot compel somebody to faith, you're not able to compel anyone to wear the hijab, or to walk, or to pray, or to do any other thing. So it does not make any sense. From the primary sources, it is negated, but yet the media says, no, it is it. And then you have the likes of the extremist Tariq Fatah, There's another form. You see, there's a form of extremism where people have literally gone loony, and there's another form of extremism which is another lunacy on this side, where you have the Tariq Fatahs, where you have the Irshad Manjis and the Ali Hirsis and so on and so forth. This is another form of extremism, because there's no dialogue with them. They're always jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, we told you that hijab was an oppression. Tariq, take a chill pill. Take it easy, take a glass of water. You're already infamous as it is. Don't try to be the victim or the martyr. Take it easy, take it easy. Take a chill pill. Go to the drugstore, take St. John's wort, do something to calm your belly, and stop jumping on this bandwagon and making this whole issue blown out of proportion, as I will explain with statistics, not just making any kind of random statements. The lady's friend, she wrote in the internet today, and I will quote her. She said, "You're kidding me." This is her friend. This is her friend. This is the girl who was murdered. This is her friend. "You're kidding me. This is all lies." And this was actually given her internet. This is on the National Post website, ml.t, December 11th at 5:06 p.m. She says, "You're kidding me. This is all lies. She was at my house for at least 3 weeks, all right. Just cause, please say it's the hijab dispute. No way." I'm just reading, folks, verbatim. I'm not correcting any English grammar or how she wrote it or how she said it. I'm just reading exactly what she wrote. "Religion and culture are two different things, ... The reason to this was not religion or the hijab, it was miscommunication. A father who would take his daughter out and say, okay, go ahead and buy what you want. If this is what makes you happy," this is what she's saying that the father would do with this girl, "then why the hell would he do that for a hijab? No, living in a house with 15 people isn't easy, especially in a joint system. She was the youngest and needed some space and friends. Her relationship amongst family members wasn't very strong. It's hard to combine friendship and respect. When you're asked to respect elders and to limit your conversation, no one knew how she felt. At the age of 16, we all just want attention and love. That's what she wanted. So she ran away from home. Not because she disobeyed the Islamic rules. No," she writes emphatically, "because she wanted to call someone her own, where she could talk and act freely. A true friend. She used to keep me up all night, telling me what she wanted to do in her life and how she really wants to find that perfect one for herself. What religion says you can't be is happy. What faith says you don't have the freedom to express yourself. It's not the hijab. How ignorant are we gonna get?" Her father and her huge misunderstanding amongst each other. And a father who cried for his daughter pleading to come home can't kill her no matter what happens. I have seen him pray for her and hope she gets home on time. This is her friend who she was staying for the last 3 weeks, in the last 3 weeks of her life. Now we don't know what are the family dynamics, what is really taking place. The investigation, as the police is saying, is in the infancy. So rather than jumping on the bandwagon and just bringing out all these hate mongers to just beat the same drum of hatred, we need to ease it down and cool it for a second and really let calm minds prevail. Secondly, this was the first, so the media has done it. Secondly, people have formed opinions. Where have they formed their opinions? Because they're watching media. It's on the front page of CNN. CNN is reporting something that has happened in Mississauga. They're not reporting anything that's happening in the Bronx, in Harlem, all the injustices that are taking place in the projects, all of the killing, the shooting, the drugs, the violence. They are reporting the hijab killing. Every 60 seconds somebody's being killed in America. They're not reporting that. but they're reporting the hijab killing in Toronto and another country where they are not based. I mean, they're based everywhere and now, but they're not physically, in terms of their origin, is from the United States.